we've all waiting for. It's time to hear from our panelists. Alright? So get ready, get your jokers ready as we call out our panelists for the panelist session. Right? So I need to introduce the moderator for the panelists as I move ahead to call the speakers. The moderator for the panelists is Ismail Musa. Ismail Musa, you can take the mic and have a seat there. Please take the mic. Okay. The first of the panelists, the first person I'd like to is Dr. Aisha Jafar. She is, as she's coming, right? Let's be loud with her steps. That's why I next time, this is not the clapping that we are clapping for the steps. Remember? Let's do the hand again. That's why I told you earlier. Let's do the hand again. Let's do it. Something like this. So that the end can fit the house. Alright, thank you very much. Permit me to her citation. She is Dr. Aisha, a dedicated medical professional with a passion for improving healthcare outcomes. She holds a degree in medicine and surgery with primaries in obstetrics and gynecology. Dr. Aisha has also had multiple certifications from renowned institutions including London. London is in which country? In which country? Nigeria. So London School of Hygiene and Tropical Medicine, University of Aberdeen, Melbourne University, and so on and so forth. So she is very amazing. Let's appreciate her, please. The next person I introduced you. When the person stands up, not only that, the students in here must stand up because he is a professor. We must give him that. You know what? Second of all, he is also my mentor. So we must appreciate him. We must deep dive him up. Go away now. I go away. To answer what we are going to do. We are laughing. I go to say that. Go away now. This is that. So the next person I'm calling is Professor of Law, Prof. Isyaku, from Lower Career Path. Remember that we cannot come down. We got 46. We got as for you, the man, I said, as he is stepping up. There you go. So let's do it again. Okay, that is very good. Professor Isyaku. Thank you very much, Professor, for coming to be our host. Professor Isyaku is a respected scholar specializing in private and commercial law with particular expertise in medicine and in medical law and ethics and the legal aspect of healthcare in Nigeria. His research addresses important issues such as the legal treatment of murder, regulations governing clinical trials, and the enforcement of professional conduct rules for legal professions. Ladies and gentlemen, this is a person who has been guiding hundreds of thousands of people to be successful in the legal career. This is a person who has nurtured lawyers across the country. Let's appreciate him, please. The next person I'm following is a doctor par excellence. Somebody who has many strings to his bow. I didn't explain this. It has many strings to his bow. So this is an amazing person I have never met before. Okay? Of all the persons I meet, is very amazing. Okay? You know what it is with PhD. Which one I think is a PhD? Who knows PhD? PhD is what? Okay, thank you very much. PhD. Okay, silence. So let us know. I know you are students from SS1, SS2. So you may not know what PhD is. You know what PhD is? Yes, beginning of a oh, yes, so beginning of a degree. Then you are a master's. Now you are a PhD. We share a couple. Alright? So this is Doctor and he is Simon. So he is from Education Career Path. Alright? We become who we want to become through our teachers. So, ladies and gentlemen, let's welcome to the stage Dr. San Seibu Ibrahim. Clap for his hands. His hands. Thank you very much. Dr. San Seibu Ibrahim is a lecturer in the Department of English and Literature at Rabiu University, where he also has a PhD in English literature with specialization in Shakespearean studies. He previously served as PRO and Deputy Rabiu of MSN University as Speaker and later President of the Student Union Government SUG Bayero University, Kano. Let's appreciate this amazing personality. The last person I'm calling, who is also one of the members of the panelists, is from Technology and Engineering Career Path. So if you want to be a technologist, for example, or you want to study engineering, become an engineer, this is the person come here and speak to you directly. Okay, the next person I'm calling is Adam Abbas Abba. Adam Abbas Abba. Okay, thank you very much, everyone. Adam Abbas Abba works as as a health IT specialist, educator, and community advocate with over 8 years of experience in these fields. He has a strong academic background in computer science and health information management, and he is skilled in data science, machine learning, business intelligence, digital marketing, social media management, clinical coding, monitoring and evaluation. He has also earned certifications from reputable organizations including Google, Meta, Iowa Data Science Academy, Kano Informative, and so on and so forth. Ladies and gentlemen, let's appreciate these amazing, indefatigable personalities decorating this place, seated
day, everyone. I would like to start by appreciating the organizers of this wonderful event. I believe we all testify that this one of a kind of rare opportunity is provided our students, which I know most of us don't have this opportunity. I would like to welcome everyone to this wonderful panel discussion, which will be focusing on career opportunities and the various fields like the health, the law, education, and science and technology. Today, because we are one personality from these various fields that are here to not just guide us, but feed us with the information we all prepare for our future careers. For many students, choosing the career path feel overwhelming. Some decisions are influenced by passion, while some by pressure and societal expectation. But the purpose of today's conversation is to provide clarity, guidance, and honest insights from professionals who have walked this path themselves. Without much wasting of time, let us begin this wonderful section. And inshallah, we will be beginning with the health sector, a field that is widely respected for its impact on human life and society. To our health panelists, Dr. Aisha, our first station goes to. Apart from being a doctor, what other careers exist in the health sector that students should know about?
Hello. Please, can you all hear? Regarding the health sector, being a doctor is not the only career you could take regarding the health sector. You can work in the clinical setting. Apart from being a doctor in the clinical setting, you can be a nurse, you can be health sector, there are so many places where you can work. There are so many career opportunities that you can pursue. Thank you.
Thank you very much for this wonderful response. Like you mentioned, healthcare today is not separated from technology. We have artificial intelligence, we have telemedicine, all those technology aspects is also included in today's healthcare. So, let's hear from our science and technology panelists on what they have to say. Technology to our technologies. Technology is changing the world very fast. Which career do you believe will be most valuable in the next 10 years regarding technology?
Speaker ce ko kuwa Thank you for response. That brings us to the educational bit. Like you know, behind every scientist, every helper has a teacher that help us show him. So to our teacher, Dr. Sani, teaching is something that tolerated by the society? Why do you believe education is still one of the most important professions?
Thank you very much. Also, we like to acknowledge peace in our life. Rabbi Shalom is a very Western only but Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi ta'ala wa barakatuh. First and foremost, I think I will have to appreciate. Excuse me, students, please can you be silent? We need your attention here. A question is asked. In most cases, you find that teaching as a profession is being underrated in a country like Nigeria. Why do I think teaching is still something that needs to be pursued? First, I will ask from students who come from different secondary schools, who after graduation wants to be a primary school teacher. Please, I want to see that. Who wants to be a primary school teacher after your degree in the university? Who wants to be a primary school teacher after your graduation from the university? Okay, who is that person? Oh, thank you very much. So you see, by implication, that is this. It is not your fault that teaching as a profession is being underrated. But what is teaching? If you become a lawyer, you are a teacher. If you become a medical lecturer or a teacher, if you become a secondary school, primary school, or even a university lecturer, you are still a teacher, because teaching is what education is saying, bringing about desirable changes in human behavior. Teaching is a profession. Let me tell you this. I started my career as a primary school teacher. That's why I love this country. So students come from public schools. Some come from private school. I finished in a Tukubana special primary school. I finished government secondary school commercial airport school. I never attended primary school. After that, I attended Casper. I did a diploma in English education. After that, I started teaching in Tukubana special primary school. I said to myself, I love teaching because I love kids. From there, I went to Rabiu University. I had a degree. After that, I was retained as a lecturer. Then I traveled to China for my master's. Then somebody was asking, how do we say Neha, or the China, or the caption things? In total, now I have a PhD as a teacher. And I traveled to not less than, I traveled to not less than 8 countries, including Turkey, China, Malaysia, South Africa, and so on and so forth. The essence is that you can be a teacher and still excel in this system. It all depends on the passion you have. Teaching is a profession, but they have already dedicated to the Bible. But I assure you, whatever career you choose as young chaps, whatever advice is, focus on your teachers so they are teaching. Focus on the discipline you are inculcating in yourself, and then later you will excel irrespective of the career you choose. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Doctor, highlighted to us how education or being a teacher can be very important. Like he mentioned, a health worker is a teacher, a technologist is also a teacher. Education shapes our minds, while law shape the society and help in justice prevailing and also human rights. Let us hear from our law panelists. Professor, what several courses a student, what several courses are there in law department that a student can partake in?
Thank you very much for answering the question. But before I answer my own question, I want to clear the questions my friend here asked. Out of almost 200 students, you asked who wants to be a teacher. So only one person was raised by hand. I think you need to understand. If you say a teacher, what comes to an average mind is you're referring to secondary, primary school teacher. And that's why only one person will raise his hand. But now ask the question again. Who wants to be a doctor? You smell hands. Or ask again, who wants to be a lawyer? You also smell hands. Why? Because, like you say, teacher will also be a lawyer, a teacher will also be a doctor. So you have raised this question, or you have raised this question that who wants to be a lawyer, there will have been many hands. But you want to ask who wants to be a teacher. That is why only one person was raised. And I'm sure, especially from my own side here, all the students here are teachers, either from primary or secondary school. I'm sure they won't have been the one that have guided this student from here. Now, what does that mean if you say what wants to be a teacher? It's only one person that is hand. Is it because the teachers have not been properly taken care of by our governments? I think that's where the problem is. If teachers will get much more higher salaries than lecturers in the university, if you ask the question, who wants to be a teacher, we have seen more hands than you are saying. You understand? So I want you to understand, it's not being a teacher, but it's the advantage and the importance attached to being a teacher by our governments. Most of our government have not attached importance to teachers, and that's why nobody is because they are carrying that power. You understand? So being a teacher is something that you get your reward here and you get your reward here after. But because life was growing by nation issues and social programs, that's why being a teacher, people will be running away from it because there is not much welfare, there is not much salary provided, and care of the teachers are not being taken care of. If the government should change that status quo, if the government should now say teachers will earn salaries like professors will be earning in the university, you will see how people will be competing with teachers. So, I just wanted to clear that. Now, coming back to my question. How many courses are there courses that one may like? What you should know is, in Nigerian settings or in Nigerian universities, we have different law degrees. One can choose to be a lawyer specialized in Islamic or Sharia. And one can also choose to specialize in English or Arabic. But fortunately enough, we happen to be from Bayero University. People from Sokoto, or that is Usman University, and also University of Ilorin, that is Kwara University, that is Ilorin, they call it. We have the opportunity of running a concurrent system where you are to specialize on both Islamic law and English law. When you choose to study at among the universities, you cannot be specialized in one. You choose to specialize in that Islamic law or Sharia law, or you choose to specialize on English law. But if you choose Bayero University, or if you choose Usman University, or you choose the University of Ilorin, then you have the opportunity of having the concurrency of studying both Islamic law and the English law at the same time. so that if your teachers are going to guide you as to which university you're going to apply after finishing your secondary school, these are the best universities if my teacher is going to go. Because you need one opportunity. You will specialize in Islamic law, you will also specialize on English law. Like I have specialized in Islamic law, I have also specialized in English law. Which if I had studied in American University, I would have only specialized in one aspect of the law, either Islamic law or English law. So please students, if you want to study law, Bayero University is the next for you, or Sokoto or Unitori. That is if you want to have a total specialized on both Islamic law and English law. Right?
Thank you, Professor. I believe what the professor said is something many students need to know. We need to also a news. Now back to our health families. Many students want to study medicine or healthcare profession because of prestige. What should a student truly understand before choosing a health-related course?
Actually, health courses are very demanding. Demanding academically, you will have to spend up to 6 to 7 years in the university as an undergraduate. And then, if you choose to go for residency, you will still have to spend another 5 to 7 to 8 years, depending on your specialty, before you are finally being called a consultant. And something that will really take a lot from you, you will spend your whole day reading from one exam to another. There's no point where you say I am done. Unless if you just want to be a yoga or outfit, and I know all of you here want to excel in their career. So it's something that from one exam to another, from one open course to another, from one title to another, you have to chase the title if you really want to excel in your healthcare career. And another thing is, it will demand high and emotional aspect of your health. If you are not careful, you will even fall into depression, because it's something that is really challenging, very challenging. You will spend months reading for an exam, and unfortunately, you won't pass that exam. And on top of that, you have spent so much paying for revision courses, and then paying for that exam. There will be a time that more than half of your salary just be saved towards your exams, towards your career progression. And if you want to get rich quick, healthcare aspect is not your part. In Nigeria, but abroad you can excel there. In Nigeria, if you want to be rich quick, please do not go into healthcare, because it is not something that you can see the immediate results. You will have to spend so many years working, climbing the career ladder before you automatically see something good in your financial aspect. And also, you have to have the supporting family. If you want to healthcare and you don't have a supporting family, you cannot excel, you cannot do it alone. It is something that will see. For a woman in healthcare, you have to marry a supporting husband. If not, just forget about it. For example, I've been married for 12 years and I've blessed 2 children, and my husband is one of the best things that has ever happened to my life. He has been supportive. I married him when I was 400. I did 500 and 600, and 600 was one of
taking health-related areas, I believe she has done justice. She has told you the fact. Don't just enter into any health-related courses because of prestige. Make sure it's what you want to do. And especially for the ladies, you can, from astrology, you can tell how challenging a field can be. So, back to our health technology panelists. What opportunities are someone in technology exposed to? Your mouth.
This one. Sorry. Especially. Like ladies. Because look at this one. That from this point. Software, So we must find ways working that. Because how to play learn from this main plan
Thank you so much for your response. Back to our Dr. Sani, what advice would you give to students who are passionate about helping people learn, but are unsure whether education is the right path?
I think those who are passionate about helping people to learn, but they are hesitant whether not sure whether education profession. Teaching profession, not so sure whether it's the way to go. Let me ask you this simple question. You students, between doctor and a teacher, who teaches you physics in your SS1? Between a lawyer and a teacher, who teaches you literature in English in your SS1 or 2? Teacher. Between doctor and a teacher, who teaches you physics, chemistry, and biology? That means the irony part of life is this: without tests, English, physics, chemistry, biology, further mathematics, Hausa, Islamic studies teacher, you can never be a professional. You can be a good lawyer, and you can be a good engineer. Let me tell you this. In the whole of northern Nigeria, you know it's a requirement our professor here can testify. You can't be admitted to study law without literature in English. But in most of our public schools, we don't offer literature in English. It's been offered in private schools. So the idea is this: we are not getting it right because we believe teaching at all levels is very important. If today I say who wants to be a lecturer like me, teaching the Department of English and Literary Studies, almost all of them will say we want to. But you can never be a lecturer without first degree, without SSC. Likewise, doctor, likewise, lawyer, engineer, you must have SSC before you be lecturer and engineer. So the moment you have a passion for teaching, just go for it. What you will become in the future, it depends on what God designed for you. Now you see, I'm a teacher. I don't call myself a lecturer. I'm a teacher.
I'm actually a teacher and I'm proud of it. And I accept and have passion for that. Thank you so much.
The question is, many presenting law is just about arguing in court. What is the reality of studying law and practicing law?
Well, this is very interesting. All right. This is a very interesting question. The question is, most people think the lawyer is just about arguments. In fact, many think if you become a lawyer, you are just a liar. And that's the common saying. A lawyer is just a liar. So somebody that becomes a lawyer will definitely want to call a lie. That is the common impression. In fact, let me tell you, one of the students from the levels in our primary school here, the School of Legal Studies, was asking a question. He said, I was given admission to study law. Now, first semester has passed, and I've not seen any of the lecturers going to write anything regarding lies. Because a friend is like you're studying law, you're just going to learn how to lie. And that's very, very wrong. If you're looking for the most honorable people, you should look for lawyers. We don't lie, and it's not about lying. In fact, we have a principle that we call it fit and proper. That is to say that nobody will qualify to be a lawyer if it is not fit and proper. Fit and proper start from characters, good acts, good behaviors, therefore respect for seniorities, respect for others. That is what study of law is all about. Because lawyers are what we call ministers in the temple of justice. Now imagine a person who is given the responsibility of helping to achieve justice without being a person that will stand to be telling lies, or will stand to be guiding corruption, or will stand to be encouraging corruption. That's a very, very wrong impression. Now, studying law is one of the highest, in fact, professional art. Sorry for the papers to the control here. Because we have been making this argument right from the university. Which of the professions is the best and which is the best? They say being a medical doctor is the best and the type of a best profession. So we said no. Because God wants to be command. When God wants them to create heaven and earth, He doesn't give a command. Let there be light, there be light. That's how we have started. That command is what we call law. So law started even before the beginning of the world. So it's not true that being a lawyer is to learn how to lie or discourage or support it.
Thank you for the for getting law of study, practicing law of study law. Back to Dr. Aisha. What opportunities are exclusive to someone in health field? Exclusive to someone in the health field.
I think going into health fields will provide you with so many opportunities. Health field is one of the fields that will open doors for you. You can follow the traditional pattern of maybe being a clinician and then being a registrar and consultant. Or you can go into the academic aspect, MSc, PhD, and then professor. Or you can combine both. Also, being in the health field is something that will give you stability in your career that majority of other careers do not provide that level of stability. No matter what happens, people must fall sick. So you won't be out of job if you are in the healthcare sector. You won't be looking for job. Job will be looking for you. So it's a very good sector if you want stability of career in your life. Additionally, it is an area where you will have global mobility and opportunities. As a doctor, you can move to the UK, Canada, US. Of course, it's not easy. You have to pass their professional exams, spend a whole lot of dollars and all those. But it is still possible. So many of our colleagues are there. You could go there and practice. You could also get sponsorship under global public health course in the UK, US, Canada. You could also decide to move into other aspects. See, getting that degree in healthcare is like a stepping stone. You can decide to even move health technology to even change your entire career, and you will still get admission to study and MSc, for example, in policy, and not even health policy, even public policy, whereas you have your degree in medicine. So it's something that really exposes you to a large world of opportunities.
Thank you very much for us having the intention of going into the health-related area. This is a wonderful information for you. Job will be looking for you, not looking for job. Okay, we want to hear you say.
Alright, the crisis means if you study medical sector, you will never be out of work. And I'm sure that people will never know because with the artificial intelligence, with the development of technology, in fact, during the 21st century, the 21st century, so it's a make the way to have is technology will replace human being. We will replace all our jobs. All our jobs will now be taken care of by AIs and other technologies. I think this is a very serious question.
Thank you very much. Let us hear from the technology what is having to say. The technology, what qualities or habits make someone more likely to succeed in engineering, technology, or science-related courses? What qualities or habits make someone more likely to succeed in engineering, technology, or science-related courses?
is all the technology, so we really have habits and problems. It's scary.
Thank you very much. Very quick to Dr. Sani. What opportunities exist in the education field and from classroom?
I think there are other opportunities in the teaching profession or education system. For instance, you can be a consultant. If you are a consultant is a person that specializes in a. For instance, if you are a consultant in education, you can be a curriculum developer. If government wants to develop a curriculum, and you are consultant in specialized in curriculum development, you may be contracted to do that job. Number two, if you are an educationist and you are consultant, if somebody wants to establish a private school, it is the likes of you that may be contracted to come up with a proposal and concepts on how to establish and develop a private school. Number three, you can have a guidance form.
Silence, please. You guys should pay more attention when you are describing the expression.
If not in this part of the world, before you take or you decide to take your child to either primary school, nursery, or secondary, approach a consultant to your students. What you want to be is action, and instead of the curriculum of your country, the requirement for admission, he can properly guide you and that's why, trust me, you'll find that last year, or just a few months ago, more than as students will find school, GL, spent from Rabiu University for 3 months. Parents that depend on business to help the students in this study now. They don't have education, they don't have career guidance professional. They only go to the campaign, please, I want my child to register for now. You will stop down or give fake that name is wrong and roll you get action. So I think there are a lot of opportunities in the education sector. Your passion.
Thank you very much. To the law panelists, Professor, let us hear from your side. What are some career opportunities in law beyond courtroom law?
What are the career opportunities for lawyers beyond being a practicing lawyer? There are many. You can decide to be a company secretary. You know by our law, a company secretary must be a lawyer. That is by the law. Therefore, that is important. If you don't go to private school, you can as well be a company secretary. Secondly, not just practicing law in court, you can also teach. Like me now, I'm a lecturer from Rabiu University, and I'm writing off the level of being a professor. And yet, I also practice law in court. So you can have the population of practicing law at the same time teaching in the university. Fact, number three, not just being a secretary to a company or a lecturer, you can as well be a consultant, like I said. You can open your law firm where you give consultations. If she's having trouble with her husband, you can provide consultation for her, how you should go about it. If he's having problem with businesses, you can simply walk into consultants and seek for consultations. So the law or thoughts is that not just the one that I've mentioned, you can decide also to be be a corporate lawyer. What do I mean by a corporate lawyer? You open your own chambers and you don't draft agreements. For example, she agrees to marry this particular person with the agreement that he will allow her to continue practicing medicine, or he will allow her to continue teaching or working in the bank. You can simply approach a lawyer to draft an agreement where each one of you will sign and that agreement will be binding. And not just that, when you want to do a business, doing a business without agreement is now a very pattern business, or a pattern or dangerous activity. Because a lot of people squander and take away people's money. But if you have an agreement drafted by a lawyer, it will try to protect the interest and the interests of the poor. That's another aspect where lawyers can also assist. And there are so many instances. You can even decide to join the military. If there is a constitution of contract, you require a specialist who is a law that will be part of the panel that will decide the effect of military personnel committed crimes. You can also decide to join the Nigerian police. You can decide to join any aspect of human being. In fact, one fundamental thing we know is that we consider the spirit of God to be moral not moral by. Everybody must just know. No excuse. Whether you are a medical doctor, a technologist, you must just know why. Because ignorance of the law is not an excuse. Never be accepted for you to be ignorant. So it means you need to have a basic foundation, not that just necessarily you are going to practice law, but you must just know.
Thank you very much, Professor. We must all know the law. Thank you for the advice. Back to Dr. Aisha. What qualities or habits make someone more likely to succeed in the health field? Qualities or habits that make someone more likely to succeed?
If you want to go into the health field, you must, number one, you must have empathy. You will deal with people at their lowest points of life. You must be impacted. If not, you will not enjoy the work. Your patients will not love you, and patients will not coming back to you. And again, you must be hard for you to even stay in the healthcare. You must be disciplined and consistent. And you must be very accountable. There is no way, for example, you are on call and then you just decide to switch off your phone and go to bed. It's not possible. If you are in the health field, you must go to your work duty. It is a must. You must go. There is no any two way about it. It's either you do your work or you will be replaced. So, and you need other things like teamwork, communication, and all other things like emotional intelligence, and all the things that will help you work together with people, with other healthcare personnel, and with your patients.
Thank you very much, Doctor. Empathy, hard work, teamwork, all you need, and so on. And usually you find now we are going to be very fast, maybe 30 seconds, but time is against us. Our technology, what our complete plan is that mistakes students made about science and technology. Nice and mistake that students made about science and technology. Thank you very much. Technology is for everyone. There is nothing that I cannot just do it. If you have passion, go for it. To Dr. Sani, what are the several pathways to learning an individual and the difference between us and the online education? Let's see what becoming an individual.
You see, it's a matter of professionalism. You can be a teacher. Minimum requirements will be made a teacher who I think is very true. And later on now, it's according to teachers and education council is. So if you have a PhD in physics, MSc in physics, BSc in physics, but you do not have any certificate in education, you are not a professional teacher. A professional teacher is somebody who has beyond the subject matters, it's teaching profession, for instance, OPN, MS, so these are the qualifications for education. However, you find that in most cases the qualities of teacher, as equivalent of subject matter, the techniques of teaching, and so on, apart from the principles of education and professional certificates, people comes to life the method of teaching. So it's good if you want to be a professional teacher, after having your business, you have at least programming diploma in education, or you have a PhD. But even without that, you can still be a teacher and succeed.
Thank you very much. The last question was Professor. What qualities or habits makes one more likely to succeed in the law field? Qualities or habits that makes one more likely to succeed in the law field?
It's a very interesting question. What qualities make me succeed? It's not just about me. What qualities make us succeed? Number one of the qualities is discipline. You have to have discipline. And discipline at home, discipline is and discipline anywhere you find yourself. Just like we thought that you have to be able wherever you find yourself. What I get to be discipline is just have to be very disciplined. Secondly, you have to be humble. You have to have the opportunities that is provided by your communities, by your schools. You have to take them and use them. If there are extra lessons, extra classes provided in your community, attend them. If there are some curriculum or extra lessons that are provided by families or friends, join them. That will shape your memories and that will shape your horizon. And that will make you shine in your limits. The thing of them is that respect for elders and respect for seniorities. Because that's where advice and discipline comes from. If you do not have respect for your elders, or you do not have respect for your teachers, believe me, you are not going to succeed. You are not going to succeed. Because teachers that you see here, they do what most of our parents do not do. If your father will decide to open a class for you at home, hardly will he survive for 1 hour one day. But your teachers will sacrifice days, weeks, months, years, trying to guide you, shape you to be a better person in society. So respect for your teachers and love your parents. These are the key factors. And then lastly, or sometimes they say slowly smart. Most of the medical doctors will tell you that slowly hard is very smart. So you have to slowly smart and slowly hard. Most of your time must be dedicated for studies. That is not going to succeed. But if you are the type that want to go to the market, the business, probably you can share it with it. In the afternoon, you are in school at the beginning for and you find that. Also help. These are problems that provide you with you need. So it's good if you have some aspect of entrepreneurship.
Thank you very much, Prof. lastly, there's a big one, maybe a take-home message for the students. I'll start with you. Take-home message for the students. Yes, a take-home message. Then advice.
Alright, my fellow students, my final advice to you is that you build your today for your tomorrow. Prepare your today for your tomorrow. You never say that if you prepare your bed, you must lie on it. If you prepare yourself now, your tomorrow is going to be good. Now you have a sharp brain. The understanding of people of young age like you is different from our understanding. We have a lot of responsibilities, family issues, problems here and there. So what we are going to study in 1 hour, you will study in 15 minutes. So prepare this opportunity. Just like they also say that a study or a reading of a child is just like writing on the stone. While writing on water is just like a with an adult. Because of someone responsibility and someone problems, how can we have that reflective memory? But you now have the opportunity to build yourself, lay a very solid foundation for your future. Please let me repeat this. Lay a very solid foundation for your future. You have the opportunity. Don't let it go, please.
Thank you very much. Yeah, you can.
yaran da bari muku kai makashi tashi daga barci ku ɗan matan nan ku rike abin da ku yau zan ba ku labarin cewa lokacin da da budiri na abu matata tana da sakandare yanzu yau ta gama masters kuma tana aiki a jami'ar Bayero. Sabida haka da kai amfani da za mu rike aro ko ana ma malama mata sai kun yi karatu insha Allah daga digiri ma profesa shi ne maganin samarin bana. Kuna jina ba sai kun yi karatu kuma wa'annan matasa da waɗanda suka zo daga makarantar gwamnati da waɗanda suka zo daga makarantar kuɗi. Akwai wani nobel da aka muka karanta shi Big Young Child by Little Child. Protagonist ɗin yaron a cikin littafin ɗan Kenya da turawa su ɓace musu gonaki. Sai aka ce ta yaya za ka yi turawa ka gane gonaki ka ɗauki. Sai yaron nan ya ce education is the light of Kenya. Ma'ana ilimi shi ne hasken da ƙasar Kenya. Da ilimi za mu yi turawa. Yau muna gaya ko ɗan gidan mai baskare ne ko mai kusa in dai kai ilimi sai ka haɗa ka faɗa da ɗan gidan shugaban ƙasa. Sai ka haɗa ka faɗa da ɗan gidan gwamna. Duk waɗannan gwamnoni da kuke gani da gaban ku suke. Amma yanzu ilimi ne ya sa su suke zuwa da saboda dan Allah dan kan ka ce gidan ku ba ku ko a ƙasa ne ka sa a ranka za ka yi jami'a. Ba zan manta ma tun daga gida akwai bawan Allah da na san tun daga Bombay yana aure ke zo jami'ar Bayero on-site lawyer da gidajen gare shi a Nasarawa GRA bai yarda shi ɗan talaka ba sai da ya fara. wanda ya dace su Allah ya bayar da ya ce ni a lalle yana da ya daga tayi insha Allah da akwai hayi
Thank you very much. We have prayer other your work was for our mother.
So ni abin da zan gaya wa kuma da shi shi ne ku dage da karatu. Ku dage, haka. Ko ku bani aure ya hana karatu. Ko ku bani aure ya hana ku karatu. Aure baya hana karatu. Aure baya hana karatu. Rabu nan sosai. Fita da sabgar samari yanzu. Yanzu ba lokacin kula-kulan samari ba ne. Lokacin da za ku yi karatu ne ku gina rayuwar ku taimaka wa kare ku. Sannan maza, ko kuna karatu za ku iya samun sana'a. Kuna karatu kuna sana'a ne, ko ku ce ku za ku zauna har sai kun gama sannan za ku samu aiki. Ko yaya sana'a nan take, ko a rayuwar ku ne wani yake abun nan jin koya. Kuna da makaranta ku ce kuma da kuka samu zai taimaka ku tallafi rayuwar ku. Ku kula da karatu, ku kula da kanku sannan kada ku shiga shaye-shaye. Kada ku shiga shaye-shaye. Kada ku shiga shaye-shaye. Shaye-shaye na ɗaya daga cikin abubuwan da ke tarwatsawa wannan yara rayuwarsu. Har ta ma ta yi shaye-shaye suke yi. Idan mutum yana so ya cuci kansa da kansa, shi ne ya ɗauki wani abu ya sha. Ko hatta wannan shisha da kuke gani da ake cewa ba ta da illa, ƙarya ne, tana da illa. Ballantana taban nan, su kayan maye da yara ne suke zuwa su sha. Kada ku cuci iyayen ku, sun dage, sun saka ku a makaranta. Kada ku cuci rayuwarku. Duk yaron da ya bada shan wannan abu ya lalata rayuwarsa ne har abada. Ku tsaya ku kula da kanku ku yi karatu. Allah ya muku albarka.
Thank you very much. On behalf of everyone here, I would appreciate our precious panelists for sharing with us their experience and expertise. Thank you very much. Allah reward you about it. And to our students, I hope today we've gotten the understanding that choosing a prestigious profession is not all you need. Wait for what you have passion for, and what you are willing to grow in. Thank you very much, everyone. Have a nice day.
Where is Abdullahi?
Bidiyo nake ne.
All of you. Let's appreciate our.
Alright, a big thank you to our panelists. Ladies and gentlemen, we are